In order for Nigeria to achieve our potentials and for all Nigerians to actualize their country of their dream, leadership challenge must be addressed. This can be said to be the objectives of the Raising New Voices Fellowship in Nigeria.
So if we have a competent leader who understands what leadership is, because I can tell you that there are many Nigerians who do not even understand the concept of leadership or do not even understand what leadership is. And that is where Raising New Voices actually steps in and say, let us introduce a program called New Voices Citizens Fellowship.
These are fellows from the 30 local government areas of Osun State. They are gathered here on Saturday, 13th November 2021 for the final session and certificate presentation after completing their 9-month fellowship program on leadership. Raising New Voices Fellowship started in March 2021 with classes held both virtually and physically every month, with fellows mandated to step down the knowledge they acquired in their locality. The Saturday session included a panel session which had people of diverse background on panel. Speaking on the panel session, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Osun State, Mr. Ismail Omekpidon, and lawmaker representing Obokun State constituency in the Osun State House of Assembly, Adewumi Adeyemi Irekandu, while calling on young persons to have visions and equip themselves ahead of the leadership challenge. They said everyone must join political party to have active participation.
Of course, this will be very, very helpful because, of course, you know, it's a youth program and they've received information that will help them to go forward in their activities. And of course, the state of our nation today, we're not proud of it. Things can get better and we need the youthful energy, you know, to be able to effect such a change. So, and they've received information, they've understand that they need to have a vision, you know, that they are running with. They need to be competent. They need to also have character to be able to run with that vision. So this is very helpful and it's going to go a long way.
Omekpidon commended the organizers of the program, stating that engagements and exchange of ideas are ingredients needed for advancement. He called for the engagement of male women into the fellowship.
I want to sincerely commend the organizers of the program and even the foundation that made the program possible. The truth is, we cannot get better without training. We cannot get better without engagement. We cannot get better without exchange of ideas. And so to that extent, I want to commend this kind of engagement, and I look forward to more of such engagement. Thank God, from the brochure I went through, I saw that some of the graduates of some of the fellows are already even taking part in active politics. So what that means is that they are really monitoring the development of their fellows. And so I want to encourage them to continue, you know, in that regard. But like I said, they should also make a deliberate effort to recruit young women and ladies into, because even from the hall, you will notice that the ratio of the male to female is not encouraging at all. Whereas if you go to worship centers, usually you find women, you know, in the majority, you know. And even if you come to even active politics, they are usually in the majority. So we must get them involved in this kind of engagement so that we can take deliberate steps in encourage them to get involved in politics.
The governor's spokesperson used the avenue to speak on the assent to Youth Development Commission Bill in Osun State.
I want to believe that bill has been assented to, because I recall when we had the last International Youth Day engagement, the moment we got to the office, Mr. Governor called for, you know, the bill to look at it, and so I'll be surprised if people still say it's not been assented to. You know, there are strategies that must be put in place to ensure its implementation. And just about 2 or 3 days ago, I had discussion with some of my colleagues in government and those, outside government that would do this engagement with from time to time to look at how best we can follow through the implementation of the bill. And I believe Mr. Governor, it's a man of his words. Once he said he will do something, he will certainly do it.
Also speaking to Inside Links TV, Commissioner for Youth and Sport in Osun State, Yemi Lawal, said youth inclusion is the best way to go. He also corroborated Omikwidan's stand on Youth Development Commission bill.
Youth inclusion is actually the way to go. For me, it is not just about youth inclusion, it is about transfer of responsibility from the older generation to the younger generation. And this kind of a program is important for us to get prepared ahead of that transfer. Whether we like it or not, our time keeps ticking, days are going. Whether we like it or not, whether we are ready or not, at some point that responsibility will be on us, and we must be prepared to ensure that we take it to the next level. The Youth Development Commission bill has been assented to by Mr. Governor, and one thing I do tell people is it is not just about signing, it's about walking the talk. So let us be hopeful that we will be able to implement every element of that Youth Development Commission bill.
Convener of Raising New Voices Initiative, Jude Feremi Kolawole, spoke on the program and the vision of his group for Nigeria in 2050.
It's a fellowship that identifies one young leader in all the local governments in Osun State, and then we take them through a leadership training for the next 1 year. Every month we have training sessions, physical and virtual. So today is a culmination of the course that we've had with support from Frederick Ebert State Fund. So the idea and objective is hopefully we're going to be able to groom leaders for the development of our state and the country as a whole. We are very actually conscious about the kind of leaders that we select for the fellowship. They have to be residents in their local government, and they have to carry out a project in their local government. So you see that in the last cohort, you see projects like educational projects, educational materials for children in primary schools. You see projects on human rights advocacy and awareness in the local governments, and each fellow has to do the project in their own local government. So it's not just in the state capital or in the cities here in Osun State, and most of them also live in the local government where they are resident, and so whatever it is that we're teaching them in these training sessions, they go back home, practicalize these things, and then it's been yielding fruits for them. Some of them have now gotten involved in politics, either at the appointment level or even at the elective level. Most of them have joined political parties, and they will now be using this knowledge that we've imparted on them to influence their own journey. I mean, the vision that we have for Nigeria by 2050 is, we believe we can harness the creativity of our youth, and that's important because that Nigeria can be the innovation capital of the world. Our population will be upwards of 400 million people, and majority, in fact 70% of them will be young people under the age of 15. That's screaming innovation and potential, and so we've identified different sectors where we believe that young people can input their creativity, and then we're building the leaders that would ensure that these policies are being made when they get involved in politics.
Some of the participants at the event also spoke with Inside Links TV. They spoke on leadership and importance of the fellowship in their leadership career.
The most important thing I learned in this fellowship is that you can only make changes based on three things: your financial capital, your social capital, and your political capital. Like, you need those three things to make any change. Personally, I believe I'm an agent of change, and before I came for this fellowship, I've always believed that I can contribute my quota into making Nigeria a better place. But really, I detest politics because I believe it's a dirty game. But coming for this fellowship actually changed my orientation and opened my eyes to the fact that I can only make changes at the level of my social, financial, and political capital. So going forward, I would be investing in my political and social capital.
This has been a journey for me. It has been an impacting an impactful moment. It has been a grooming process since March up to November. I have the desire to go into politics, and this program has equipped me in terms of leadership, in terms of what I need to do. I need to carry myself, I need to package myself, what steps I need to take to achieve my dream. I hope that in the next couple of years, I'll be able to use the skills and resources I've gotten from this program to achieve my dream in making the lives of my people in Obokun better one.
As a graduate of this fellowship, I believe we have acquired enough experience. We have been tutored perfectly on leadership, but we need to go back to our respective community. We need to go back and establish our base. If we want to change the narrative in this country, that means we have to go back to the grassroots and set a pace.
One of the challenges facing the country has been identified as leadership challenge. And then to solve this, Raising New Voices Initiative has started this program early this year. And the program is about identifying one person across each local government in the whole country and train them on how to become the leader that we all want to be. From Osogbo, Jare Tiamiyu, Inside Links TV.